Hello everyone. My name is Jessie and I'm gonna talk today about Matlab. Matlab is a programming language. So let's see. Well, um, first let's check what was the programming languages. What are the programming languages? Where the first programming languages were just sequence of zeros and ones that represent cryptic code, words, and numbers. So this is the language that the computer speaks, zeros and ones. And for us as human, it's complicated to create a program with this language. So for that, in 1954, a programming language was invented with the purpose of making programming better and easier and human friendly, especially for solving numerical problems. This programming language is called Fortran. And after that, so many and thousands of languages have been invented to try to make user friendly and with different purposes. So the new generation in 1970s, they got the programming languages that are C, C++, Java, C Sharp, programming languages that we are still in use. And well, in this time also, a programming language called Matlab appeared. So it was invented in the midst of this new wave of programming languages in 1970s by a professor of the University of New Mexico, Clever Muller. So he was an expert in Fortran, and when he was dictating a class, he realized that his students were struggling with Fortran to create numerical problem solving. So he created this language, Matlab, that years after, with people from outside the university, they create a company called MathWorks that now offer different products more than just Matlab. Um, so yes, the goal of the purpose of MATLAB was to make programming easier and to solve numerical problems. Well, and then we have MATLAB that stands for Matrix Laboratory, where all the variables, including scalars, are matrices, while in other programming languages, usually they work with numbers one at a time. MATLAB operates on the whole matrices and arrays. MATLAB is used in academia, research, universities, industries. MATLAB performs calculations. It has these mathematical functions where you can write code, solve formulas, plot equations, implement algorithms. The fundamentals of this language includes basic operations, creating variables, arrays, arithmetic data types. Well, and then yes, we have MATLAB, and some of the uses, well, are math and computation, algorithms development, data acquisition, deep learning and machine learning, signal processing and communication, image and video processing and control systems, robotics, automated driving systems, modeling simulation, data analysis, test and measurements, computational finance, Internet of the Things and power systems. In the industry, the uses are which industries use Matlab? The automotive industry, industrial industry, railway, biotech, semiconductors, communication, medical devices, software and internet, electronics, metals, materials, in finance, in energy production, aerospace, defense. So this is a computational software, and the language, the programming language, allow you to solve an analyze a lot of data. And well, we have what is the system of Matlab, the developed environment where there is workspace for programming, workspace for the data, like for the variables. There's a common terminal. Matlab allows you to use mathematical function because it has a wide open mathematical library. Well, Matlab has its own language, and it's also good for graphics. And some language fundamentals that are important to mention is that in Matlab, as we said before, everything is matrices in arrays. So you can create arrays, create matrices, combining them, reshaping, rearranging, and indexing. Data types, there are lots of different data types: numerics, characters, string, tables, operators, and elementary operations, arithmetic operation, rounding, relational, loops, and conditional statements, control flows, branchings. We have if conditionals, we have for, while, do while, and well, starting from the beginning. So we're gonna see matrices. Matrices, how to declare a matrix, how to create a matrix. One example is here. So we're gonna put name our matrix A. It's gonna have the elements from 1 to 10, and then it's just gonna display the matrices. So we can try to do it in the environment of Matlab. Okay, so we have the common window. We're gonna create a array from 1 to 10. It's gonna pop up the answer. Also matrices with brackets, the elements with the space, the rows with semicolons, and we close it, and then we have, well, the data that Matlab use. We have numerical types, characters, strings, date and time, categorical arrays, tables, time bubbles, structures, cell arrays, dictionaries, and other. We can do type identification, we can do type conversion, and if we see here, I'm gonna show you here. We can see the type of the data. Like if we have another type of data, if we have char or a string, it's just gonna show. So here we can see the type of data. In case it's a number, I don't know. And well, some examples of if loops. We have for, while. Again, we use. So we can see some examples. Here we have, for example, we want to know a simple if conditional. We're gonna put that here. Well, we have two values, two variables, a, b, and it's gonna just ask if b is higher than a, then it's gonna display b is higher. If not, a is higher. So this is the structure, and always closing the if. So if we want to run this, we're just gonna ask here for if conditional. And probably it's not good. Did I unpause? Sorry. Yeah, it's not in the folder. That's why. Then we put if conditional, and then we see that 13 is higher. If we put here, and then we run it again. So one of the benefits of Matlab is that you don't have to be compiling again and again. It just like that, like real time. So you change something, you call the function, and then you get it. About graphics, some Matlab have this function of graphic, the 3D, 2D signals, histograms, bars, and yeah. Also, well, this is one example that we have made. It's for showing some of the basic functions that Matlab have. But this is to solve the one defined integral by the trapezoid rule that consists in at the area of the segment of trapezius behind the curve, and we're gonna have an input. It's gonna be in a string, and the string is gonna be a function. We're gonna have two numerical inputs. It's gonna be the lower limit and the upper limit, and the number of the segments. We're gonna transform the function, like the string, and a readable function for Matlab, and then we're gonna do the next maths for solving this problem. So if we go back, we have this. As we see is we're gonna have the function, the limits, and we're gonna display each segment calculation, and we're gonna use this exercise over here. So to prove how it works, we're gonna use this exercise. Yep, that we have the integral that comes from 0 to 2 of this value. So we're gonna input this function, we're gonna input these limits, and then we're gonna make the math for get exactly 32, 64 segments, and then see the answers here. So we're gonna call the function trapezium, and probably it's gonna throw us to another folder. Okay, what was the function 1 over sqrt of x that comes from 0 to 2, and then we're gonna do 32 segments. It's 244, and if we check with 32, 246, it's a good approximately answer. We can repeat the same now, trying to do a little more precise with more interactions or segments. We're gonna do 64, and it's 255, 257. It's pretty close. So yes, in this we have 4. We have a function. We have mathematical functions already. That this f eval is gonna eval the function with the values from I. We have this inline that what it's gonna do is take the string and read the string and say, okay, this part of the string represent this function. It's x, or is seen, or it's sqr, or what is. Yeah, that's it. We have also one exercise here about graphics. So we have an array that is gonna go from 1 to 10. It's gonna have the step of 0.01, and we have 2 functions. One is gonna be the sino, and the other is gonna be the cosino of the array that we have, and it's gonna plot. With plot, we make graphics. Then we just run this, and we're gonna get 2 of the graphics in the same plot. Once we get this figure, see, all of this has been programming. The legend here, and both of them, the graphics here, if we see. So the legend, the graphic with this command, and yeah. So Matlab is programming language, has a lot of uses. It's used in the industry, it's used in education, and it's used for mathematical calculation. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for